So I've been going through all this material, and there's one thing I just can't square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the text described this inner voice as this, pure signal. But the voice in my head this morning is mostly about emails and wondering if I left the stove on. Is that what they mean?
No, not at all. And honestly, that confusion is exactly what we need to tackle today.
Yeah.
The sources we're diving into, like evolution and the clarity of inner communication and the ancestral blueprint of the soul, they argue that voice you're hearing, the one worried about the stove,
Yeah.
that's not actually you. It's just the interface you're using.
An interface. Okay, let's unpack that. I mean, I usually think of my conscious mind as well as me.
Right? And that's the common view.
Mm.
But these texts frame it more like, think of it like the browser you use to navigate the internet.
So like software.
Exactly like software. And the problem is your browser has like 50 tabs open at once.
Mm.
Social pressure, work goals, which you're supposed to be doing next week.
Mm-hmm.
The texts call these additional charges.
Charges. That sounds so mechanical.
It is. They're not just thoughts. They are active loads on the system. They actually change how the software runs. So that feeling of stress, that's just the processor running hot.
So if my conscious mind is this buggy, overloaded browser, what's intercommunication then?
That's the clean signal. It's the direct data stream from the user before it gets all distorted by those 50 open tabs.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the weight of your to-do list. It's raw.
Okay, the browser metaphor is really clicking for me. It explains the burnout. But this leads to the next big question, and this is where I really started to struggle with the reading.
Let's hear it.
If my mind is just the screen, who's the user? Who's actually sitting at the keyboard?
And that's the pivot. This is where we move from something that feels like psychology into something else entirely. The sources, especially Ancestral Blueprint, they argue for a pre-physical identity.
Right. And okay, I have to push back a little here. It says that being here in this body, in this specific life, was a decision I made before I was born.
It does.
That's a hard sell. You're telling me I signed up for all this stress for the failures.
I know. It sounds counterintuitive.
Mhm.
But look at it this way. You didn't sign up for the stress itself. You signed up for the experience, for the challenge of navigating it all.
So I'm not just a product of my environment.
The argument is that you're here on a mission that you've just sort of forgotten.
Hmm.
You aren't trying to become someone. You're trying to remember the decision you already made.
To realize I'm the user, not the browser.
You got it. That's the evolutionary step they're talking about.
But if that's true, if this clean signal from the user is always there, why is it so incredibly hard to hear? Why am I just stuck watching the spinning wheel on the screen?
Because the hard drive is corrupted.
Corrupted.
Yeah. You can't just meditate your way to hearing that clean signal if the system itself has glitches. The texts call them blocks.
You mean trauma?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But they want you to think about trauma structurally. It's not just a bad memory. It's malware. It's a bit of bad code that scrambles the data.
So it's an active interference.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And the text is super clear on this. Until you run the repair tool, until you heal those blocks, the signal will always be distorted.
That reframes the whole idea of healing. It's not just about feeling better. It's a technical requirement. You have to fix the bugs so the interface can actually run the program correctly.
Precisely. You can't hear your own intent through a filter of old static. The real work is just clearing that static so the user can finally get back in control.
So let me just pull this together. We're all walking around with this conscious mind that's overloaded with social charges, and we think that anxiety is our personality.
Right.
But underneath all that noise is a core identity that actually chose to be here. And the only way to hear it clearly is to repair the trauma that's jamming the signal.
That's the mission in a nutshell. Realizing the noise isn't you, it's just the machine.
That really changes how you'd look at a bad day.
It changes everything.
So, here's a thought to take with you. If your conscious mind is just an interface, one that's filled with additional charges like your schedule and your goals, are your current stress levels actually yours? Or are they just a glitch in the software, obscuring the decision you made before you even got here?